Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna be doing a summer glowy look. I have no makeup, no foundation, nothing, like not even moisturizer. I want to show you step by step on how I get a glowy look. Very summery, very lightweight, and it just looks so effortless. So I'm gonna be showing you step by step, and I'm gonna be talking through this, so it's not a voiceover. I know, finally. Some of you requested that I just talk through this and show you my techniques on how to get that really nice glowy skin for the summertime. So I'm gonna start off by setting my hair back. I just styled it and it's drying, so I'm gonna put this back here. This body suit is from Fashion Nova. This is how it looks. And it's a bodysuit. I'm wearing like one of those bras that tapes down and then you could just squeeze it in the middle. I have a video on that. I'll link it up here. And I also am wearing a waist trainer, so it's that time. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with the skin. So I'm gonna use this moisturizer. It's a mega illuminating moisturizer by GLAMGLOW, and this is how it looks. Very, very pretty, and I really love the smell of this. It just reminds me of candy, like some tart candy or something strawberry or cherry like. I never get tired of the scent. As you can see, it's not tacky, it's just one of those where it's like a regular moisturizer, and I really like the way this feels on my skin, and it does have an illuminating effect. I'm sure it has like glycerin in it. It feels so nice on the skin, moisturizes, and it gives you a glow, so that's a plus in my book. I'm gonna put on some lip balm. This one is from City Color Cosmetics, and it does have a tint, so you will see it tint up like a certain color. See, like that rosy color. So it's just temporary because I am gonna put something on during the end. And it's been really hot out here, and I'm just like, I'm ready for the summertime. And I'm also going to apply a little bit of the TATCHA Silk Canvas primer, and then right above it I am going to apply this like in certain areas of my face, the City Color Hydrate Me primer. And this is very moisturizing. Reason why I'm going in with moisturizing products is because right now my skin has been dry. Even though it's summertime, it's been pretty dry on my skin and under the eyes as well. So I do want to apply this in the T-zone area, like right here where the pores is at, so that way it's not peeking through in the foundation. And I just really need something to kind of give me like a smooth canvas on the skin when I'm going in with the foundation. And then I'm gonna go in with the Hydrate Me primer. This, I tried this is my third time using it, and it's so good. I'm gonna apply it onto the neck as well. It's so good, you guys. You need to try this primer. It's like a moisturizer slash primer built in one. So I'm applying that all over where I feel like I need it, especially the under eyes. Like, it's been driving me crazy that it's been dry under there, and it's because I had a bad reaction to the under eye balms that I showed in my haul. So I'm going to use an illuminator, and this one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now, the reason why I'm going with this first, I'm gonna apply this in certain parts of my face because I want a glow underneath the skin. So I'm going to apply a little bit on the back of my hand and warm up the product and apply this right on the cheekbone. And I'm going to do patting motions, and it's very beaming, as you can see. This is my first time using the product, and there's no doubt in mind that ABH is gonna disappoint me in a, you know, like with their products, because I've tried a lot of their stuff and I really like it. So like when she came out with this product, I was like, yes. And you guys saw that in my haul. I received this, like the side, the temples and all, because I want it to glow. Right underneath the foundation. That was literally everything from that little drop, little pea size. So now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go in with a foundation that has some radiance, like a little bit of glow. So of course I'm gonna go in with the NARS All Day, well, Natural Radiant Longwear foundation, and I'm in the shade Santa Fe. Now you don't have to use this foundation in particular. I like this foundation because 1, it gives me a nice radiant glow, 2, there's coverage, and 3, it lasts a pretty long time on my skin. I don't know about people who have oily skin, but I have like more normal to combo depending on my skin that day. Like right now it's like dry. It's not super dry, but it's like normal dry. So this foundation, I love how this looks on my skin. So I feel like there's like a hair somewhere floating. So I really like this foundation. You can use any other foundation you have. If you don't want like coverage, like if you want to do something light like a BB cream, you can definitely use that. I just like to have coverage no matter what the situation is. I'm gonna go in with my beauty blender. This is the nude one, and this gives me like a medium coverage right off the bat when I'm blending this in, but I'm gonna go for full coverage. And the crazy thing is, it does not look cakey when I do go in with like a second pump. Like, look at that. You can see that highlighter right underneath alongside with the foundation. I really love this foundation so much. Like, it's crazy. Like, I bought it just thinking, okay, let's see if this is gonna work out for me, because everyone's talking about it and some people say this is like their favorite. And then when I tried it, I'm like, wow, now I see what they're talking about. Foundation is not too yellow and not too pink, not cool tone. It's neutral. That when I was getting matched in the store, it said like a different color. I'm like, that cannot be my color, because it was way too dark, way too warm. I don't always trust those Sephora foundation finders. Like, they be lying. I'm like, you don't know my skin. Look how beautiful that foundation is. Like, I love it. You know what? I'm just gonna do this and that's that. Like, I'm not gonna apply a second pump. I might go out after I film my videos. Like, why stay home, you know? It's really nice outside. It's Saturday. Definitely gonna be trying to take advantage of that. Alright, so now I'm going to color correct my dark circles, and with this I'm gonna be using the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and this is a oldie but goodie. I really love this. Like, I've went back and fell in love with it. Like, when I was in New York, I was like, oh, I forgot how much I love this. It really does cover up that shadow, those dark circles. Mine has been bad. Like, I haven't had any good sleep. It's been really hot. Even with the AC, like, I'm just like, maybe I'm just like stressed out about something, I don't even know yet, but I've been tossing in my sleep a lot and I've been uncomfortable. I like to use my fingers because it's a thick concealer, so I like to do that. And now once I let that set for a little bit, I am gonna go in with a concealer. Now the concealer I'm going to be using is more hydrating under the eyes. It doesn't look matte. And I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi Use Sculpting Concealer. I use the shade Porcelain and Swan. And you can go in with any concealer you feel comfortable with. I have dry under eyes, so I like to go in with a concealer that's more hydrating. Sometimes I go in with like drier concealers like the e.l.f. one that sets, or like the ColourPop. I've been trying to think of like what's the name of the concealer, and those are really good, but those are like only if you really going with like an under eye mask and prep your under eyes and then apply that. So I'm gonna apply just a little bit like that, just to kind of give me more coverage underneath the eye. And then I'm going to blend it out. Look at that, really pretty. I love this concealer so much. Like, if you haven't used this or tried this out, you need to. It's so good. I don't know if you can hear the kids in the pool. Like, it's that time. Everyone's at the pool. And I like to apply concealer and blend it out right there where the inner tear duct, because it does have a shadow. Some people don't have that issue. I do. So if you do have that issue, you could always apply concealer there to brighten it up. And I don't apply concealer anywhere else, like, only because I'm not doing like a full glam. It's a everyday glowy skin look. And I am gonna go in with a little bit of Swan just to give me like a brightening effect. So I'm gonna apply a little bit right there where that shadow is, just right here, and a little bit right on the middle of the forehead, and softly just blend that out. Don't have to pound too hard. You see how I just like brighten up that under eye really nicely, and then take it around the mouth, under the nose, like right here, just so everything kind of comes together and it's not just this highlight under the eyes. Now for powder, I don't like to set my entire face. This is more like that glowy where, you know, don't let nobody touch you, because then the foundation is going to be on them. But you do want to set certain parts of your face. Like, don't go that crazy going outside with no powder. So I'm going to use the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder. I really like this. A lot of people don't know how to use this powder. All you got to do is hit the bottom of it and then unscrew it, and this is how it looks. And you get the product from right at the top. Some people were doing it like this. I was doing that at first, but then I got used to using this component. So that's how you do it. Now I'm going to apply only in the under eyes and the outer eye right here, where I do get watery eye and it tends to kind of mess up my foundation. So where the crow's feet is at, that's what I mean to say. And make sure when you're about to apply powder, you want to, you know, remove that crease area. And before I do that, I like to go in with just a little bit more coverage. So I'm going in with the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Powder Foundation. And just dab it right where that dark circle is at, where it does tend to turn blue, like that little blue area under the eye. I like to apply this just to have like some coverage. You see, it's always like this eye right here, like I'm having issues with. There's texture under the eyes, so don't mind that. But this one, it looks fine because it's not bothered. It's just this eye, like I always had issues with this side of the eye. Now I'm going to take this brush from Real Techniques and pick up some of that powder. I'm not going to pick up so much. I'm tapping the residue and basically just pat it underneath the eye. Some people bake. I don't bake. Like, this is what I do just so it can lock in that concealer all day. And I do apply a little bit on the side of my nose. If you're gonna wear sunglasses, like, this will help a little bit, not entirely, but it does help a little bit. Because if you don't set that area and you're gonna wear sunglasses, it's gonna really show. So I like to apply that there. And what I like to do, which is optional, but I like to do this, I'm gonna go in with another illuminator just to give me a nice glow. Even though I have a glow as it is, you can skip this step. I like to go a little bit more. So this one is the Iconic London Illuminator in the shade Pearl. So this is how it looks. This is the Rose Gold Champagne shade. And this one, they have this one. They have a brown one. Ooh. They have a brown one, and then they have the original one. So I'm going to apply this onto a little tray because this stuff is intense. So I'm going to use my finger, right? Just a little bit, and you see, like, that's already a lot, but I'm going to dab this into all of that. You don't want to kind of move it around like that because you're going to move the concealer and foundation. You don't want to do that after all that hard work. And you can intensify it if you want. So you apply a little more. And you want to keep doing this until it meshes into the skin. Like that. And if you feel like, you know, doing this with the beauty blender, you can. You can use like a beauty blender instead of your fingers, but I feel like with your fingers it warms up the product and it just looks really nice. So. And with this look, I'm not gonna use a powder highlight because I feel like with the creams is more natural like that. Instead of using a powder, it's very obvious, you know. Like, you're gonna see that texture, that powder texture. And you know what? I totally forgot. I do like to set around the mouth area because I laugh a lot. So with this translucent, it's gonna help set those fine lines, that, you know, those smile lines. I have a lot of that, especially on this side. So I feel like with this powder, it's gonna help, you know, set it in place. Okay, that's good. I feel like my skin looks very, very glowy. You see? I love it. Now I'm going to move on to the brows. I'm going to do something very natural looking and more hairy looking. I don't mean to say like that, but I am going to do my brows very natural looking instead of like how I normally do them for Instagram and for my videos. So I will be right back. Okay, so these are the brows, and I can say that I really like how they turned out. I really like the brow pencil from City Color Cosmetics. This is their Be Bold brow pencil in the shade Expresso. And then I went in with a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills tinted brow mascara and the shade Taupe, just to give it a light shade. And then I went in all together with the clear brow gel from Anastasia. For bronzer, I'm going to use the ABH powder bronzer in Rosewood, and I'm using a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go just bronze up the skin. Like, I don't want to be precise, I just want like a bronzy skin. So I'm going to tap first and then swirl, so I don't disturb the foundation, so it can just adhere to it. And then I'm just gonna go in and bronze. You want to look like you just got back from the beach and look super bronzed up but glowy too. And now I'm going to use a new blush that I showed in my recent haul. This is MAC blush in Melba. This is a matte finish. I didn't have a cream blush that I have in hand, so I'm just going to go in with this one. This one's more of a peachy shade, like a light peach. So I'm going to apply that. You can still see that highlight. That glow is not going anywhere. And you see how bronze the skin looks. Then apply that blush, which is super pretty. I like it. And it's like it goes with the bronzer, you know. Okay, that's all for the skin. The last thing I'm going to use on my skin is this Illuminating setting spray from Catrice, but I'm not going to do that right now. I want to play around with this palette again. This one is by City Color Cosmetics. They just launched this not too long ago. This is the Playa 18 color eyeshadow palette, and it has a lot of beautiful shades. You see? Super pretty. And I'm going to do something very natural, nothing crazy. I do want like some bronzy eye, but nothing crazy. So I'm gonna zoom you in. Okay, so I'm going to use the Revolution Conceal and Define concealer to use it as a base for the eyes. I don't apply too much and cake up that area. So I'm going to take a brush. So I'm going to start off with the shade Laguna, which is this shade right here. Very light, great for as a transition shade. And I'm going to use a fluffy brush and apply that into the crease. Then I'm going to take the shade Starfish, which is this dark burnt orangey shade, and I'm gonna apply that into the crease as well. I'm gonna be using the Morphe brush in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. This is the JH33 brush. It's like a regular blending brush, tapered blending brush. I want to really blow out this eyeshadow so it's almost towards the brow bone, but not like covering the brow bone, you know what I mean? Because we're going to apply a shadow on the brow bone. But I really want to blow out this eyeshadow. Really pretty. And I want to run a little bit of that in the lower lash line area. So I'm going to use a mirror just to blow out that eyeshadow, connecting it to the outer eye. Now I'm going to take the shade Malibu and apply that all over the lid. I'm going to spray it as well. So I'm going to use Matte Fix Plus and apply that on the lid. So pretty. I'm not applying this in a particular way. I'm just applying it on the lid, merging with that Starfish shade. And I'm gonna leave the inner eye empty so I can apply a different shade. How do you like to spray your eyeshadows, like your shimmer shadows? Do you spray the brush first, then pick up the eyeshadow, or do you pick up the eyeshadow, then spray it? Let me know in the comments down below. How do you do that? Like, do you do it like number one or number two? If only this palette had a dark brown shadow, like a dark matte brown shadow, because I would have used that like as my liner. So I'm gonna have to go in with a brown liner and basically like kind of blow it out, smudge it out. So I'm gonna take the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in the shade Whiskey, and this is a matte brown eyeliner. So I'm going to apply that onto like the top lash line area where you apply your liquid liner, and I'm going to apply that as my liner. A pencil brush like this one. This one is like the one from BoxyCharm. I don't remember the name, but I'm going to smudge out that eyeliner. I don't want it to be like a harsh line. I want to smudge it out, give it like a smoky effect. Like that. And if you feel like that's not deep enough, what you can do is take this eyeshadow right here in the shade that's funny, it's the shade, and I'm gonna take a small eyeliner brush and I'm going to pick up just a little bit of that shade and press it right where the base of your lashes are at. Just pressing it, not going back and forth, just pressing it. And then go back in with that pencil brush and smudge very lightly, not too hard. You don't want to mess up the look. So you can keep going back and forth or going with a deeper eyeliner. I don't mind having it like this. I do have some fallout, so let me remove some of that. I'm gonna take this small pencil brush. This is the one from BH Cosmetics, the actual number rubbed off. So I'm going to take that shade Santa Monica right here. It's like that light gold, more like almost white. And I'm going to place that right there where we left that empty space, merging that into the Malibu shade. And then I'm going to go back in with no extra product just to kind of blend out that harsh line.
Meanwhile, across town, this less than fashionable copy home of the San Francisco Examiner. These editors are programming today's copy of the paper into that same Ohio computer. When the telephone connection between these two terminals is made, and the whisper of electronic journals.
And the shade Salt Creek, I'm going to apply that in the inner tear duct. I'm going to use another pencil brush and apply that here. It's not like a super opaque white, but it's good enough like to give it like some type of brightening effect. And it's buildable from what I see, like it's really buildable. Like where it's like pure stark white. I really like this look. It's super bronzy, very like easy to do. It's not complicated to do, you know. You just use about like what, 3-4 shades, like 2 shades in the crease, 2 on the eyelid, and then that white shade. Like, it's super easy. So I'm gonna take that same eyeliner and apply that into the waterline. And what I want to do is take a little bit of Rosewood, the bronzer right there, and I'm going to smudge that under the eye. I want to smudge that right here, like under the eye. Just to give it like that smoky effect. I want to take a more denser brush to smudge out Starfish under the eye. For lashes, I'm going to go in with the Shop Mimiartistry in Amelia. I never wore these and I've had them for a long time. I forgot they were in there. And I'm going to apply some mascara, so I'll be right back. So I applied the lashes and this is how they look. I really like the style. I don't know why I didn't wear it before. So these are what they look like. Now I'm going to move on to spraying down my face. I'm going to use the Catrice Illuminating Prime and Fine Dewy Glow Setting Spray. And I'm going to set that. So hopefully it's not going to be super dewy. I got my fan here. Ooh, I got that. Alright, it did give my skin a nice glow. So yeah, I like it. I feel like if I add more, it's gonna be super dewy. So this is the dewies I'm gonna get, And now I'm gonna move on to the lip. I'm gonna use this GLOWY lip cream in Au Naturel, and I'm gonna swatch in the back of my hand. It's like that terracotta nudie shade, so I'm gonna apply that all over the lip. I didn't really want to use the GLOWY because it's more like on the nude side. I want to do something crazy, so I'm going to use a little bit of this, but I am going to darken up the for the lip liner, so that way it's not too orange. And blend it out with a concealer brush. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this makeup tutorial and all of this bronziness. And if you're ready for the summertime, let me know in the comments down below. If you're gonna recreate this look, let me know in the comments down below and tag me on my Instagram handle, so that way I can definitely see it. And I'll leave my handles on the screen, so you can definitely follow me on both of my handles there. And yeah, I hope you like this look. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.